You're listening to Polymatic.media, episode 135 for March 2026. Welcome to the Polymaticast. Hey, John, how's it going?
A little bit better for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
My mother died. My mother died.
Yikes.
I was thinking about, I'm just thinking about it again now. But Scrubs going through a whole reboot. I haven't watched any of it. I don't have any of the stuff. I'm not paying for any of the stuff where I could see that. But there was a moment where JD, the main character, one of the main characters, his father dies, and that becomes a series of episodes. And his brother's not taking it well. And then when JD is trying to console him or say, okay, get out of the tub, you've been in there for a week and it's nothing but beer, or whatever the jokes and the drama is on that. And he's like, anytime JD would say something, he's like, Dad died. Anyone's like, how you doing? And my brain goes, Mom died. So that's how it's going. She left me with a lot of stuff to deal with. And my sister
Stuff to unwind.
My sister's in Florida, and she made it really clear when she moved down to Florida years ago with whatever boyfriend that she's basically doesn't want to deal with any of anyone who's close by family stuff. She just wants to go live in Florida and do her own thing, and that is really amplified in this situation. I don't need to go into details, but my mother died, and there's been a lot of stuff to do with her affairs and costs out of my own pocket, and it's been a lot. So that plus work is amplifying through a degree of intensity, and just like I'm feeling the burnout from all angles.
Yeah.
And then my own stuff in life. I got my own stuff, then I got work stuff, and then I got mom stuff. So I am just heavy on the burnout right now. So that was my February, and that's still part of my March. And that is 2026.
The year
its
of
response
fuck you.
Its response was, yeah, fuck you. Fuck
Year
you and
of-
all your friends that you came
It's
in
true,
with.
Alan in particular.
No, it's a world fuck you, but it's also very much also Alan. It's fuck you, world, and Alan.
And you
That's
in
how it
particular.
feels right now. So anyhow, that's where I'm at.
Yep.
So much stuff still to do, and I hit some big things. So anyhow, enough about that.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm doing.
Okay. Daylight savings time sucks.
Yeah, I slept right through it during one of my burnout times of having time in my weekend. I just slept right through it. So
Well, it's usually it happens, and then
I think we should just lock in on the daylight saving time hour bit and be done.
Yep.
And just
But
do
then,
away with it.
but then big farm comes into play, or big whatever. Big
I don't
time,
care.
man. Big time.
That's their problem.
big
That's
time.
Not that's their problem.
It's a
That's not my
conspiracy.
problem.
It's a conspiracy.
their
They're on to you. You have too much free time, so they need to mess with it.
1,000 people get disrupted in the world, and the rest of the billions of us can just free float and deal with the inconvenience of the time change, or the environmental light change.
Yeah. Well,
Stop trying to overcompensate for the time. What I don't like is when we're back on our normal path, at least here in the U.S., or at least where I live, is I don't like it when it's pitch dark during wintertime. I hate that. I absolutely dislike
I
that.
like wintertime the most. I hate it. The switch over to wintertime is best for me. The summertime is worse.
Spring and fall for me. I don't like the extremes. I don't like the extreme times.
No, I mean like the time. We call that summertime and wintertime. So daylight savings time is kind of ambiguous. So
Right.
we call it wintertime or summertime.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny that middle of the winter we switch over to summertime.
The funny thing is, it used to be that the seasons reflected the weather. they don't anymore. They just kind of happenstance maybe in those time frames, but they used to be more closely aligned. But we just really don't have that anymore. They used to be when the time frame, at least winter, I could expect there'd be some snow days at school, right? And then there'd be stuff for me to shovel on the long driveway, because I was the kid and I had the free time and I was expected to shovel a big driveway. So all that, right? But that has been sort of not a truth since the 90s. So early 90s, weather started to shift and something seemed up.
And
to me, at least.
And now when it snows, you still get the shovel and then you fall on your ass.
Not this year. I got smart. I finally got some boots. And there was one year I had salt, and then it was hard to get salt, and I could Amazon some salt. I Amazoned 100 pounds of salt, and I finally finished off this year the 50-pound bag, and now I just cracked into the other 50-pound bag. So I'll probably order another 50-pound bag somewhere, obviously, during summertime or something, when obviously the cost won't be high and peaked, and there will be an abundance of it. So
I've been putting out more Meshtastic nodes, and we've been playing with medium slow as an experiment.
Oh, okay.
That's been fun.
I'm still on long fast.
The ISP, or like the ISP, the phone carrier, Odido here in the Netherlands, used to be called T-Mobile. They got hacked by shiny hunters, and
I think
all of their customers' data is including passport numbers and all sorts of shit is out, and it's terrible. And they're not even like, oh no, but we did everything we could to prevent it. You let all your customer support people have access to everything. You fucking moron.
Yeah, I always thought that
Salesforce, right? It was in Salesforce.
I could tell.
And Salesforce talked to them, said, "Hey, you shouldn't do this." They gave them a warning saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do this." And they were like, "I don't care." Oh man.
I always thought
get sued.
It was always really super clear to me that T-Mobile got compromised, because when I switched from the old legacy Sprint to T-Mobile finally, even though they were going to be merging together, the speeds were better. The service was better, but I got spammed so much by T-Mobile, and I got spammed so much from other people. Like, it was really clear to me that they were compromised, and my information was leaked. And then months later, or maybe a year later, they go, "Oh yeah, we got compromised during this time." Go,
no. This was worse. They knew on the day.
Yeah.
And then they put out a statement saying, we got compromised and we're doing everything to prevent it. And then they came out with their...
What they do is and I remember one of those times, and I got free, not service to Incogni, but some identity management or something.
Oh, no.
Free for a year.
You know what they did? They gave people free access to F-Secure. Basically, you.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that came up with like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a class action, but there's not really a class action here. It's collective lawsuit.
I feel the need to go on a tangent, but let's not.
Let's just put it down to this: there's lots of people who are saying they're gonna do it, and that it's just bullshit.
Yeah,
but
there's no conspiracy. The point is that at least in the U.S. version, it's been clearly compromised for a long time. There's all the things that you would identify in hindsight as the signs. I could clearly see when I was having that service. So
I have a few $100 left on the phone for the phone loan.
Right. Oh, got it.
I'm paying it off. at the end of the
and
month.
then just getting rid of it. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna switch over to a different carrier.
Yeah.
I've been with this company since 2002. 2000.
I mean, makes sense. They were the dominant one in the Netherlands, right? They're a Netherlands-based company.
One of the first only alternatives to KPN,
Right.
which is like what the main one is.
And then they spread their wings in the U.S. and
Actually, it's a German company, I think.
Oh, okay. Either way, they spread their wings into the U.S. and then they made the international process of roaming internationally easy. So good quality of things, game changer things that were positive. Because if I was to go visit you and I was like on one of the American carriers, I would just totally get taken taken advantage of, and there's plenty of tangents to go on, but we shouldn't. So let's not. So anyhow, that being said, we are all not. That's not a fun thing you have to deal with, and you pay for it too. You pay to get compromised by their attitude.
My loyalty to that company has been paid back in disappointment. Yeah. And this was so bad, and the way they reacted so smugly, and they are the ones taking advantage of people and then blaming somebody getting in because they are unable to train their people and unable to secure their own systems. I think they need to suffer. I want them all to be dumped into a vat of acid. Mm-hmm. These people are the worst, and everybody from the top down, all the way top to the bottom.
It's definitely a company culture thing, and I can just tell you this because I worked someplace for a long while where we had both Sprint and T-Mobile, and when the merger was happening, their techs were going into the field, and when they were adding new equipment, they were literally cutting service cables to the other operator, and the merger hadn't even been complete yet, so they were destroying the other operator's equipment, and even with the people that interfaced on both ends, there was definitely a smugness on that end. So it is not just individuals. It's a whole sort of company mantra of attitude. Has been my experience, right? And I interface with very inside people, so that's been my experience. So like you say this, and I was like, yeah, that checks out from my experience as well.
So their spokesperson was like, the way she was pronouncing cyber and whatever, like she was definitely not somebody she was definitely thrown to the wolves, but even from her smugness, there's two types of people, HR and PR. Like there's something in that word that in those, the relations part is what is making those people evil. And I wish we could do without these people completely and just say what happened. Like, oops, we made a boo-boo and we are trying to fix it. But like, we can only pay so much until, they're going to release it eventually. If they had started from the beginning, instead of like saying nothing, right? They would have gotten a lot more favor from people, but the way they handled this by shutting up and but the cyber experts say that we shouldn't do this. Okay, so you just don't want to pay, and you think it's going to just blow over.
That has been the tactic, right?
Yeah. Well, I think that if something like this should happen, I think that there should be prison time for these people.
So there hasn't been much responsibility, at least here in the U.S., which is all part of my, 2026 has been saying every day, F you, F you, F you, F you. And the people that are behind that are also part of this problem, right? So, and the kind of things that you're talking about is also part of this larger problem.
Well, we are a people that have, out of all the peoples in the world, Who has eaten their prime minister? I don't think they should fuck with the Dutch. At least not as much anymore. I think that should be normalized. You know, if you fuck up, you get fucked.
Right.
I'm
You're
really
out.
angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway.
Okay.
The aristocrats.
The aristocrats. All right. So daylight savings time. Yeah, we all agree. It sucks. Okay. What else? What else you got, Gian?
I went to see a movie yesterday. Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And I also read the book, and I reread the book recently to prepare for the movie. And I don't think it's on the same level as Interstellar, because it had way more humor in it, like as in a lot of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So it is. There were people literally laughing in the theater. So
Ryan Gosling. I was trying to recall the name.
yeah.
He's in it. So
And they made some changes to the book.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are good, and some of them are understandable, and some of them are like, yeah. One of them was really weird, but I won't spoil it too much. Let's just say religion is involved, and I didn't see that in the book. I didn't read that in the book, and I was like, why did they put that here?
Got it.
Yeah, so it was only in the movie. So as far as I can tell, right? So I don't remember if it was true or not, but like I tried to look it up if there's anybody who else who commented on it, but since the movie is not out yet, like there's only people who've seen the previews. So yeah. The movie, so today is the 15th of March, and I hope to release the episode tonight. But yeah. The movie was good. I don't want to spoil too much. I think that the beginning, especially, was like in the book, the beginning where he wakes up on the spaceship, where he let me track back. Okay, so the book is about the sun getting cooties. It gets infected, and the space bacteria fly between Venus and the sun, and then they reproduce on Venus, and then they go fly back to the sun. And there's all sorts of like space science involved, why they can do that, and blah blah blah. But they need to build a spaceship and go to a nearby nearby star that doesn't appear to be infected. And then this is not a spoiler because it is in all the trailers. So that at some point, Ryan Gosling, finds himself on the ship and doesn't remember anything. And that part of the not remembering anything was a bit different from in the book, because in the book he starts like deducing where he is, because he didn't know he was on a spaceship, and that was kind of odd. But I understand like putting a 16-hour book into a 2.5 hour
right.
time slot is kind of hard.
They'll cut things out. Yeah.
So but that's the kind of thing that was missing, because he was like doing like science. Because he's a teacher, right? So in the movie he's a teacher, right, and in the book he's a teacher. But and he would show like a little experiment in the class and that kind of stuff. So that kind of showed up because he's a science teacher, and but like in the book he does all the math and does all the things and like the Andy Weir stuff, like the Martian. Right. It's the same author, so makes sense. Yeah, so eventually he just meets an alien with another ship, and they have like a I don't know, what do you call this? It's like a space adventure together, trying to solve the problem and whatever.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
what I missed in the movie compared to in the book is like the solving. The solving was like not there. Like that was my main takeaway from the entire movie. Is like the not, that was the disappointment. The rest, it was absolutely 100% entertaining. Very good, fun. Rocky is funny. Ryan Gosling did a good job. I think it was entertaining. He did a good did a good Ryan Grace. It's just that they I can see in points where there were some points where I thought, hey, that's weird. Why did they get here? I understand, like, they didn't explain certain things. Like, for example, Rocky, his people, they were...
Yeah, they don't explain him, and I have questions about that, about Rocky.
Well, you haven't seen the movie yet, but...
I know. I haven't seen the movie, but I have questions about that just looking at the trailer. I'm like... And then I have extra questions about
why is
that.
he alone, right? So why is he alone?
Yeah,
like,
and why is he encapsulated
in the book,
in
they
something
explain
and just,
why he is alone, as in the main character explains to Rocky what happened to his, and they just gloss over the entire thing.
Right, and so I have lots of little questions.
There were lots of time lapses. That's the
which
thing.
will bug me.
Yeah.
Right, I would think would bug me because they don't explain it, and then that becomes the thing that you ruminate in the back of your head, and you expect that they're going to get some resolution for that, and probably a dozen other little things that they glossed over, and then you're going to feel unsatisfied at the end of the film because you didn't qualify those inner world details, which are important components of whatever the characters that you're witnessing, right?
Yeah, so in the book they had like a whole section with breeder tanks and whatever, and like the whole on Earth parts of like the other character in there is Strat. I think she in the book she's Dutch. And she takes care of everything. She tries to like bully everybody into like getting the shit done, getting the project on track.
Bossy.
Right? And and she's trying to get it done. Like her mission is to just make sure that the people that humanity survives. Right? That's her job. And like there's even like a whole section on copyright, getting sued, and then she doesn't have time for the law and stuff like that. So like there's a whole section of the book that they're completely missing. And the ending of the movie, in the ending of the book, there's a thing I can't explain, which would spoil stuff. How do you say this? Damn it, it's hard.
So the ultimate of what you're saying, try to satisfy. No, this is not going to satisfy. You want to use your words. Yeah.
In the book, you don't get a certain closure.
I was going to say there's discrepancies that doesn't give you the satisfaction.
And in the movie, you do, and it's disappointing. They didn't go that way. If they would have done it the same way, the ending the same way as the book, that would have been so much better. It would have been so much like. It would have given like people something to really talk about, and like it would be somewhat divisive, but it'd still be like really a good. It's not a twist; it's more like a So in the I would definitely recommend everybody go watch it. It's a very good movie.
I'm likely to see it when it shows up somewhere that doesn't cost me a bunch of money, throughout the year to go see it. That's likely how I'm going to see it.
Yeah, it's I would say that definitely Rocky is a very important character.
Mm-hmm.
And I also got the Lego, by the way. I got the Project Hail Mary Legos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you have a little Lego Rocky.
I have a little Lego Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very, very fun. So, I'm kind of disappointed in the Lego though. It's like $100 and something bucks, and for the size of the model, it's kind of tiny.
So,
kind of expensive for the size of the model. I think I have. I think my DeLorean was about the same price. A little bit more, I think, but is way bigger.
And has lighting on it, right?
And have a space shuttle. It's about the same price. That No, the lighting I added myself.
Oh, okay. Right, as an extra
I got a kit for it.
Yeah.
Also, we recorded last episode was at the end of February, right? We were late last time as well, right?
Did we? No, I thought. Oh, I don't remember. No.
Anyway,
because I don't know. We just talked about my mother, right? So it would have been Jan. I don't know. I don't remember.
I've been working with the company for 20 years, and they got me a Enterprise, the Enterprise Lego set.
Oh, okay, got it.
Star Trek Enterprise, Starfleet.
Which one? Next Generation Classic?
Yeah, Next Generation. Comes with a little wharf without a batleth. So I probably have to go and print a 3D printed batleth or something.
I'm sure someone made it.
Let me see if they did.
You can make one.
No. Oh, there's one. There's one. Yep, there it is. Yep, 2020. I'll probably throw it on the resin printer in a minute. He's gotta have a batleth, man.
Does he have his metal scarf?
I think so, but I think it's printed on.
Oh, okay. It's like inked on. You mean on the fig?
But I think these are printed. So yeah. So that was. I still have it in the box. I haven't opened it yet because it's a very big set. So, also, I'm not really sure if it would fit in my house because it's also kind of big. It's a chunky set. So yeah, I saw a big. I saw a fun setup for that kit. You could hook it up to like a poster frame. And you could hang it on the wall.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I was just gonna ask you, do you have the top of a bookcase that you can put it on? And then before you had said that, I was like, you should be able to like get like a towel hook or something that you could probably mount to your drill into your wall, and then you could probably take the place of wherever the base is that holds it up from the center.
Yeah, but like I already have like two display cases full of Legos and other stuff like figurines and whatever.
Is there space on the top of that?
I already have it covered with the ornithopter from Dune, and the space shuttle.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean, if you want to be super invested about it, you probably could find a way.
I've already moved some of my Legos to the office, the space Legos. Like I have the Mars. You
could have it at the office.
Yeah, but then I have to take it back to the office. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we don't have that much space for Legos there too. So I already have the two cabinets full up, and the two cabinets are already too small for anything. So I have to put them on top.
I mean,
there's already stuff on top. And
I got a cube. I don't really have any. I have stuff there that I like, that's useful for me, right? And I have them in my cube. But for the most part, it's not really personalized. Very few people actually put pictures of any kind of meaningful things in their cube.
Yeah. Anyway, so Project Hail Mary, definitely a recommendation for me. I would love to talk more about the actual movie, but I would spoil the hell out of it. So maybe after you've seen it, we can revisit it at some point. It's I think they did a good job with it, with like bringing it to life. I think in certain places they could have taken the extra 10 minutes to make it a little bit longer, but still, that could have brought like the good, like the thing that makes Andy Weir books like The Martian
Mm-hmm.
and Project Hail Mary good. So
As I keep hearing, and the observation of it is that I'm also part of the problem. But um, they now kind of make movies, for theaters. Really, they're really kind of making these things more for streaming, and that they expect the audience not to be half paying attention all the time. So they have a tendency to do less investment on the quality and the production and on the writing. Um, they have changed the writing style to be different, where they constantly remind you of details, because they expect their audience that's watching, even in the theater, to be distracted and not invested.
it's from MGM, so it's Amazon. So
Okay, so
makes
it'll show
sense.
up there.
Probably.
Yeah,
I wonder
probably
how
by
long
the
it will
fall.
take for it to show up.
Yeah, probably by the fall.
Oh, well,
I got some email about the upcoming. There's going to be the new ultra prices, right? They offer ad free or whatever it is, and they're going to have ultra, and they're going to have ultra ad free or something. I don't know.
So how can you make something ad free and then make it more ad free?
Well, the one thing I used to hate about Hulu is I would go and I'd watch something, and then I would have to be stuck watching Warner Brothers internal commercial ads, and then
Oh yeah,
I'd
the
have
Prime stuff.
then I would have
The
commercial ad stuff from that even though I was paying for the commercial free, it was like commercial light, and most of the stuff that I would want to watch all had this ad inserts for the network, then also ad inserts that I couldn't control, and there was always one of like 5 ad inserts. So you get really tired of the same recycled ad inserts for in network and then commercial network, and it's always very frustrating. And I was paying a tremendous amount of money, a fair amount of money extra to remove all that stuff, and I couldn't control any of it.
yeah,
So
I
they
hate it.
they
I hate it when they do that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
So like I'm glad that like Hulu is collapsing entirely into Disney Plus, and that all that stuff's going to be theoretically removed. You're either going to be ad or not ad, but I don't want to go back to Disney because of my sort of general methodology of boycott. Yes, there's content there that I would like. That's probably how I would see the new Scrubs stuff, but whatever.
Oh yeah, we
I
had
don't want to
a
pay for it.
there was
I
a
don't want to pay
trailer.
them. I
There
mean,
was a trailer for um um. There's two things I want to talk about regarding the movie. Around the movie.
mm-hmm.
So there was a trailer for I think it was a Mario or Princess Peach movie or whatever. Galaxy something Galaxy. It was like completely forgettable. It almost looked like the open mouth thing that was in the I have in the links that were referring to like all the AI stuff is like open mouth. I had so many things where I was like, oh wait, did they do this with like, is this like generated stuff? What the hell's going on? And the
Mm-hmm.
trailer for it was so bad. It was like there was not really a good trailer for a good movie that's coming out this year, and yeah, I'm
I my falling off of going to the movies had slowed down before we got to COVID time, because the experience of going to the movies was to go with friends, right? And anything that was like a heavy hitter of something like Lord of the Rings or insert whatever. My friends that liked super invested in watching movies would be that person who is like going to it at midnight, right, or 2 a.m. to go see it
yeah,
the first run of
the
it.
Marvel
Yeah,
movies with
yeah,
the
yeah.
like
And
after.
anything that is worth going to the theater for that is going to be pretty solid. The friends that would be invested in that would go see it 2 or 3 times before like sunrise. By the time you hit the weekend, and they're like, oh yeah, no, I already saw it 6 times. I don't want to see it again. And so it's like, and I didn't even get a chance to like go see it the first time, right? So they should have harshed the buzz all the way through that. Like the people that I used to go with, and that used to be sort of a mainstay thing, the fun was basically sucked out of the experience from me. And so I just sort of slowed down, going. And then there was a point in time, definitely even like between college and my early years of career stuff. I was having this problem, and I was like, screw it, I'll go see it myself, right? Now I saw Titanic like 6 months after its initial run, but I did that on a Saturday on my own. I just sort of It's how I saw some Star Trek movies because I couldn't find someone who was one interested or two invested to go see a movie for having a movie experience. So I was one of those early shifters to just, if I can't stream it at home, I'm not interested, right? And then, now we actually had that functionality, that ability. So for me, going out of my way to go watch a movie in the movie theater has become such a inconvenience for me personally. So I kind of don't run to the movie theater unless someone I know in life absolutely wants to make that an adventure for the weekend. So for me, you're like, did you see it? And I'm like, no. The default thing is, did Alan actually go out of his way to leave his house to go watch a piece of entertainment that he's probably, not sure if he's going to love? No, I don't take that risk anymore. I value my time. I'd rather go bake something.
I think we went to watch Iron Man. Right?
We did, yes, together. And that's one of those few. Well, that was also pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was like 2008. So yeah, that's very pre-COVID.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that was one of those few times. But, it was something for us to do while we were there. And Henry was sort of, let's go see a movie in America.
Oh, that was Iron Man 2, I think. Or 3.
No, it was Thor. The first Thor movie. We saw the first Thor movie in San Francisco together.
No, I think that was Iron Man 3 or 2.
No, it was Thor. I remember. I was like, because I remember looking, I was like, why is Natalie Portman in this movie? Whole fucking time. We saw it at IMAX. It was in San Francisco, whatever that time was. It would have been in there somewhere in the late 2000s.
2011.
So it would have been maybe 2010, maybe?
That was Iron Man 3 or 2.
No, we definitely saw something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Iron Man 2.
So we went together one year, and then the second year after that, I think Henry came with us, right? Or came with you.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I remember where I was working, and I could not, because of all the bots problem, I could not get a ticket for Google I/O, I think in 2011.
So 2008 is when we went, and then 2000 when I went for the first time. Then 2009 I went with my colleague,
right?
And then 2010 is when Henry came along, I think.
Right. Okay. So
that was Iron Man 2.
Okay.
2008 we went to see Iron Man 1 in.
I'm pretty sure it was Thor.
King of Prussia.
Okay, that we might have done that in King of Prussia, but in San Francisco, I remember it was the Thor movie. So obviously, the little note here is when you went with your colleague, that was the first year of Google I/O that was not open to the public. That was invitation only.
No, that was the second year.
Was that the second year?
Yeah,
okay. Well, either way, it wasn't publicly. Was it open at that point? Okay. Right, and so that's the Google Ions, right? Those people, right? And then I went with you a year that it was public. I don't know if that was the first or second year of that. I think it sounds like the second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Detour.
The aristocrats go on tangents.
Yes. That's not.
So okay, so you like the movie, but it doesn't follow the book well.
It does follow the book well. It's just it cuts out a lot of the
time skips a lot of content. It skips over things because there's a lot of material, right? Okay, so
which makes certain things not feel earned.
Yeah,
if
links.
That's the right term.
You got
for
links.
It. Oh yeah, I got links. Polymatic link /1M0 for the Project Hail Mary trailer.
Okay. And then I had one for Adam Savage goes and looks at the set and does a walkthrough. I think it's less than 20 minutes, but it's not an 8-minute, 5-minute thing. Little details there that you wouldn't have known about unless you have the enthusiasm at Adam Savage and the access like he got.
Yeah.
Polymatic.link/1M4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into the rest of the stuff?
Yeah, the rest of the stuff is links for you. I really haven't. Life has been crushing, and there also really hasn't been anything extraordinary worth sharing in any of the, for me at least, in any of my YouTube stuff or even in TikTok. There really hasn't been anything extraordinary. And then in terms of music artists, this is the window of time where artists don't put out anything major. And Tessa Violet put some stuff out. Haven't really fully digested
I
it.
actually seen that.
She put some new stuff out. I'm not sure if I'm in vibe with it. I know Dodie put some new stuff out. I'm not sure I'm in vibe with it entirely. And in the void, what is filling my interest of music is stuff I'm creating. And I made some really good things. So, and that's what's been sort of filling the void for me.
Let me put
Austin
some
hasn't put anything out.
Creating.
There is, what is, I want to say, it doesn't matter. It starts with a D, but I found another band, and they had one good song, and I haven't fully digested their stuff. I'm not ready to start sharing out things, but they definitely have videos. Haven't really been listening to too much music, other than my inner loop stuff, which we're not to talk about. But I made some pretty good songs recently. This is where my creative energy goes. Like I need my.
Luckily, all those companies are going to get sued into oblivion.
Yeah, we'll see.
Made deals with.
Right now, devil. I mean, it's not. I spread it to a couple people that are interested, but I'm not really making a big public show about it. In fact, I didn't put it in distro. I didn't set up a DistroKit account and make a thing to go into Spotify. Like I'm not doing any of that. And you can't really explain it with any theme. It's basically, here's Alan's, AI music slop. Like, I'm just not interested in doing that. I want people to enjoy it if they can find a way to enjoy it. But also, the things we talk about in your links about AI slop, that's real slop. This is a little different, in my opinion. It's not me trying to be defensive. It means there's a quality difference in what I'm doing compared to that. So,
okay, so something that's definitely not AI slop. Once in a Blue Moon from Lumi. Polymatic.1LX. Some music.
Sounds very Dodie-like. Some of her early Dodie kind of sound. I was like, it sounds very... When Dodie is losing her mind and gets very introspective and quiet. And I was like, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. So sometimes the algorithms do pop up with fun things or like good stuff, or like I had like a bunch of things that showed up recently.
Mm-hmm. My comment
didn't want to put everything in there, but
my comment earlier was that people aren't really generating uniqueness anymore. There isn't anything that's good. Yeah, you get Veritasium goes off on the thing. What happened if you had... Right, great. And I'll watch those things, but there's nothing worth highlighting. There's nothing interesting, fundamentally interesting, other than about him talking about math problems. And someone proved it 2 years ago, and this is the scenario. Like, it's interesting, but it's not worth highlighting as in this context,
Okay, so the next one then is topical. AI is the death of creativity.
I was falling asleep listening to Craft Man.
Craft Man, not craft.
Yeah, well, yes, I put a T on it because how do you Craft Man?
No, just craftsman.
Just
remove the T.
Yeah, no T.
So like he has like a good look into it. Like he has like had a video in the past where he was like, yeah, you can use it for like idea formation or something like that, like spitballing or whatever. Anyway, Polymatic.link/1LY for that video. That's from Craftsman Steady Craftin. Also, notice that YouTube has been removing the name of the channel from the end of the titles. So usually I would just copy the title, and now they put it below. So copying it is harder because you get a lot of extra tags with it. So
I know every time I make a link, I just sort of copy it as is, and I know that you had always sort of a big stickler about it that I would consolidate it because I'm like, oh my God, that's just way too long. It can be artist name and abbreviation of like first song. We don't need to have official radio version 92.
Get the meta tags from the link by when I make the shorteners. Yeah, a feature that I'm never going to build.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
And then a day in the life of the Enshittificator, Polymatic.1LZ.
Kind of funny.
It was kind of funny, and it reminded me of some people that I know in real life.
Yeah.
I hope they stop.
Yeah. It goes back to this sort of mantra of 2026. F you. Oh, how can I make this worse? F you. Like that. It fits in that. I wrote something where I said, like, I wrote some lines like, who am I if I'm not broken? Right. And that's just sort of my, when everything looks good, something has to come along and screw it up. Right. And, a perspective that I would hold, I hold sometimes.
And then something electronic. Is this the cheapest ESP32 touchscreen board? Polymatic/1M1. That's more of like a.
Pretty affordable. It's 50% more than your typical ESP32 board, but it
comes with a screen.
It comes with a screen, and this guy sort of put it together, and looks nice. Could I run some Mesh-tastic nodes off of it? Sure. Oh, no, we couldn't because you need a LoRa radio.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to run more ESP32 things in the house, but he said it was touchscreen and he was touching it, but I didn't see any change on the screen there. So, I believe him, but it's so tiny. Like how much our fingers are too big. Our finger goes over from top to bottom vertically over that thing.
The touchscreen is like, I think it's about the size of my thumb.
Yeah. It's like you really can't touch anything. It'd be nice to have a real display, though. Right? He was using it for like board checking, GPU I/O, testing. So you could do informational things with it, right? You can make it like NFC. Well, you'd have to have an NFC reader on it, but you could do some, taps and stuff. So I'm sure you could put these things around, and it'd be useful.
Okay, and then I have investigating AI deepfakes. Polymatic/1M3. This is from CoffeeZilla.
Yeah, it's long.
It's long, but it's good. I like it. I watched a. You were mentioning investigative stuff earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think that in this case the investigation is more of like a. It's more of like all the stuff he's already covered before.
Got
really
it. It's a consolidation.
So it's more of like this is where it is right now.
Right.
I was watching. I watched the Louis Theroux documentary about the alpha male influencer people.
Oh, okay.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. So if there's that was the reason why I got Netflix, because I wanted to see it.
Oh, you wanted to see it? I got it.
Yeah. It was really good. Like I've seen his stuff before, like as like snippets on other videos or other things, but I've never actually seen any of his documentaries. So
I only know him because he did something and he was in a podcast or something, and someone took that around and made a song out of it, and then he actually recorded the song. Otherwise, I didn't know who that guy was.
Is that the My Money Don't Jiggle Jiggle?
Yeah, that's right. So someone made some kind of. This was at the time earlier when TikTok wasn't just about people shaking their booty to music. And okay, I had additional thoughts, but I'm gonna skip past them. what people do. Like I was thinking of Meredith Bull, for example. There would be some kind of stupid video that would go viral, that not the goat screaming, right? But like in that tone of those early things where people took the goat screaming and they interleaved it into Taylor Swift song. But they would take that kind of concept of like some cute moment with a cat or a baby or something, or a cat making a squealing noise or screeching noise or something. And Meredith Bull would look at that. She didn't say much, and then you would see her put together a song, and then she would play it for you. And so there was a little bit of that in those early phases where people were doing things like that, and that was sort of on the tail end of that era of where Louis Theroux's song, where he was something about he doesn't rap, and he did something, the jiggle jiggle thing. And someone turned that into a real thing, and then he made it an actual thing because it went viral, and there was an opportunity to monetize. So,
yep,
yeah.
Well, it was a good. I can't really link it, but I would recommend people watch it.
Yeah.
It's like
you can link to the outside link for Netflix. You can just Google it and then link that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. People can find it if they want to find it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No. But I know how 2026 feels about the rest of the world.
There's things I want to say about the state of the world that
we're not. It's too much of a tangent. This thing would be too long of a show, and it wouldn't be. It'd only be productive for our therapy. It would be a therapy session for us.
Yeah, and I've got to edit this thing today, so
yeah.
Well, I could also just edit it tomorrow night. That is also
see, and then it's going to be the end of March.
No. I definitely want to get it out before the movie releases. So
okay.
Anyway, that's some inside baseball there for you. Okay, Alan, you can find at Polymatic.media/Alan, and me you can find at Polymatic.media/John. For feedback, you can reach us at podcast@Polymatic.media, and our website is Polymatic.media, where you can find all of our links too. And I hope you tune in next time.